I feel so fucking weird. Like, I didn't sleep at all last night, and then I went to work, and then I told my client about the cop at the park. I talked about it in the last video that I made. And he said that he was a sicko, and like, he wishes there was something he could do. And then I called the park, like the cop place at the park, and they said that he was probably a park ranger, because actual police usually aren't that aggressive, and it's usually park rangers who like try to act like they own the place and like they're like whatever. But I think maybe park rangers are so aggressive compared to cops, especially about petty stuff. Frances, sit down. She's been like trying to crawl in the driver's seat for the past few days. She keeps putting her paw on me. That cop said Frances defecated. Frances, he said, ma'am, and then he said, ma'am, and secondly, your dog defecated up there. I'm like, she defecated? Like she's a fucking test subject? Like, it was so weird. It was so weird, but I've been laughing about this all day, because now it's becoming funny, now that I know that if I ever encounter a really weird situation with someone who claims they're a cop next time, the cop on the phone, when I called the office, he said to make sure he gives you his first and last name and shows you proof that he's actually a cop, and make him go through the process of going back and getting his badge, and to call the cops, to call the police if I see him again. Like, don't say a word and just call them, and then they'll sort it out. Because I think people like him, and if he was actually a cop and he just wasn't some weirdo pretending to be a cop so he could scare a woman on the trail, because I guess people do that. I wouldn't doubt if he was, because I do crazy shit on my own time. I have no problem with being fucking crazy on people just because I'm crazy. So I wouldn't doubt if he was just crazy. But maybe either he's retired or he's a park ranger, and park rangers, I would assume, since they don't feel like they're real cops, they feel like they're wannabe cops, like riding on a tricycle, playing dress up. Next time something like that happens, if I don't get too freaked out, I'm going to call the police, and they will come sort it out. And literally, I was so fucking disturbed by this for over a day. I didn't sleep at all last night, and then I worked an 8-hour shift, and it was really getting to me, and it still kind of is. But it's just becoming really weird to me when people think that because they're in a uniform or whatever, that they're not real people anymore. I think maybe people like have to gas up that identity of like being a professional or whatever, because they're in really uncomfortable, awkward situations. So if you approach somebody, I don't even want to take his side, but I understand. But literally, he said my dog defecated. Like, what the fuck you mean she defecated? Like, how are you gonna like yell at me and say your dog defecated? Like, Frances, that new baby. He said that little tiny baby. He said she defecated. And you're talking to me. I just went to the dentist. There was just somebody in my mouth scraping around my teeth for like 3 hours, and I feel so violated, and I try to go for a walk to clear my head. I go pick up that little baby. Francis. And we try to go for a walk, and my head's in the clouds, and I'm just like, I think I'm like incredible. Like, when I go to the trail, I literally feel like a nature goddess. Like, I feel like so like I'm in flow, like the universe is one with me, like it's so crazy. And then this fucking man's following me. Ma'am, your dog defecated on the trail up there, and your dog needs to be on a leash. And I tried to say, oh, she has a sensitive throat. She has a delicate throat. I don't really put a leash on her. And go, no. You need to go. Even Francis is getting scared when I talk. It was so fucking weird, though. And it's like, I'm a person. Like, if you're gonna act crazy on me, can you at least acknowledge that I'm a person and you're a person too, so there can be a little humor in it? Like, I understand, like, deadpan humor of, like, pranking someone, but he didn't even acknowledge that I was a person. Like, he really got lost in that, and he thinks that he's a cop. Ma'am, your dog's not on a leash. You need to go put your dog on a leash. Like, I'm a 27-year-old woman. I'm clearly very weird. I'm clearly, like, kind of out of touch. I'm obviously alone. I'm in my own world. How the fuck are you going to yell at me? How are you going to call me ma'am? Why didn't you, if you wanted to go out of your way to trail behind me for half a mile like a fucking weirdo, you could have at least had the decency to acknowledge how weird you were being and ran up to me. But no, you had to raise your voice and make me stop in my tracks. She's shaking. Sorry, Francis. Like, Francis is my child. That's my baby. And you don't get it. Francis is my baby. That's a little baby. She has little chicken legs. Her name, and she says roo 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 when she goes outside. That's a little tiny baby. She eats black beans for dinner, and her mommy gives her dinner, and her mommy loves her, and her mommy loves Miss Blackie, her sister, and they sleep in their little doggy beds. They sleep in their little baby beds outside. How the fuck are you gonna say she defecated? You're a dog. And he called her a dog, like she's a fucking, like she's a dog, like she's a street, like she's a dog. It was so fucking weird. Like, leave us the fuck alone. We're little girls. We're living in our own world. We're on a catwalk. You've ruined our fucking runway show. And you threatened to fine me. You threatened to, like, I'm a criminal. And you have a badge. I know that if cops have a badge with them, they also have to carry a gun with them. You're gonna tell me you're gonna go get your badge? Like, you're gonna threaten me and you're gonna take my money? Bitch, I work in-home healthcare. Like, I do healthcare. I take care of people. That's my money. And you're gonna take it? See, this is why I don't like a lot of cops. Like, the cops that I talked to on the phone yesterday, because I actually gained the courage, because I was, like, trembling, could hardly do my job. Like, I felt really tense all day, so I took a little break, and I went in my car, and I called the police station. I couldn't even get, like, 3 sentences out before I started, like, I was almost about to start crying, because it was so stressful to even talk about it. And the cops who worked at the station, one of the ladies was nice, and she directed me to another cop, and he had to drop my call for a minute because he had to actually call his kids like he was a real person. I forget sometimes. Like, I wanted to go all in and think, like, all cops are evil, they're bad, they're gonna try to throw me in jail, they're like, they forget that I'm a human, they get lost in their title, it's unsafe, I'm gonna die. I still kind of feel like that because it's hard to break that. But I think talking to cops on the phone who actually would have come and take my side, and next time if he does come back to the trail, I'm just going to call them and they can deal with it. Do I look like I have money? Do you think if I had money, I would spend so much time, do you think if I had a lot of money, I would be at a free trail in my spare time? You think I would go to free nature reserves if I had money? That's why I go there. Because I don't have money to spare on that. I have money to spare on stuff that I want. I don't have fucking, have you seen my car? You're gonna find me. If your weird ass was watching me get out of my car with my hair unbrushed, and you saw my dog jump out of the car, does it look like I have money to be fine? Like, leave us the fuck alone. And now here I am going to get edibles after work, and I'm going to be listening to Brittany and Lana and feeling sorry for myself, and who knows how else I'll cope with it, because I have legal trauma, and every time I get involved with the cop and I get like demonized in some way, it brings it all back up. And I have OCD, and I'm psychic, and I feel things a lot, and I think a lot. I already think on the dark side of things way too much. Like, I can't. I was just laughing to myself though, because it just, like, I remembered he said, and secondly, your dog defecated up there. Then go pick it up. You followed my ass all the way down the trail for half a mile and planned out in your head your little speech, how you were gonna try to get rid of me off the trail. Like, fuck you. He said that little baby, he was mad at that little baby. Here she goes trying to jump in the seat because she knows her name is that little baby. Like, you don't get it. She's a baby. And baby is shit. Well, he probably doesn't have a woman or kids. He wouldn't know that. I wasn't thinking about him. I wasn't trying to talk to him. And I keep listening to the Give Me More instrumental when it's slowed down. It feels like Francis... I'm not even telling her to stop. She'll never stop. I've been listening to Britney instrumentals from the Blackout album, because that was really her best one. That was the one where I knew she was going to make it. Like, I was in the Save a Lot with fucking Aunt Linda when I was in 3rd grade after school, and she was... I don't even know what she bought there, but she said we could get one honey bun, and I was waiting for her big cottage cheese leg ass to waddle up to the front of the store with her cart. I think she was getting shit for Uncle Sam. And I was looking at tabloids and magazines with Britney on it, and she had a shaved head, and they said Britney was on crystal meth and she has 1 year to live. And I just knew in my soul, I knew she was going to make it. I knew it. I wouldn't even think about anything else. I knew it. And I sent it in the universe, like, she's going to make it. It's going to be okay. And then she did. And so I feel like I have, like, Blackout's like an empowering album to me. Like, I know it's going to be okay whenever I listen to it. But I was listening to the Give Me More instrumental, and it sounds so like it's in the outer space. And I started thinking, what do people who get called illegal aliens feel like? How the fuck you're an alien? Like, I felt like I was an illegal alien. And Francis is in the front seat with me, and we're driving to work. I feel like what if the cops were chasing us and we were driving off into the sunset while listening to this? Like, we're fucking aliens. He called us, he said she defecated. Like, we're aliens and we defecated on the earth, on your whatever the technical name is for dogs, your canine. Ma'am, I can't even do it, my throat hurts. Ma'am, your canine. She's shaking. Your canine defecated on the earth at the exact coordinates of 39.2 and 55.7. I'm going to go find you at my office and get my badge. Ow, my throat hurts. I can't even talk like him anymore. Like, we feel like we're evil. Like, he said he might as well have called us illegal aliens. Like, I feel like one now. Like, I wonder what Mexican people feel like. When I went to Mexico, and I lived there for 6 months, I took Ubers with all kinds of Mexicans. I took the Colectivo buses where you pay, like, I think it's like 5 pesos or something. It's really cheap. Less than $1. And they'll drive you in a big bus. Well, not a big bus. Like, it's like a big truck. It's like a big construction truck or something like my dad used to have. And they have like 6 to 8 seats, so you pay a really cheap fee, and it's kind of like their own bus system, because I don't think a lot of places in Mexico have buses. Like, I was out in like the kind of like the wilderness, like the rainforest and the waterfalls, really small towns. I don't even know why I trailed off like that, but like, why the fuck do they call them illegal aliens? Like, it's so dehumanizing. I met Mexican people. I like them. But I had a Mexican friend, but I think my paranoia got the best of me. And I thought she fucked Zach, and I thought everyone else fucked him too, because he's a whore. But anyway, I feel like an illegal alien today. Oh my God, and I went to Taco Bell yesterday. I wonder if I went to Taco Bell for my lunch break. Like, I was really emotional. I wonder if I was feeling like a Mexican, like an illegal alien. So I had to eat like the closest thing to Mexican food I had. And I'm going to go get my edibles. I'm going to go to the next nature reserve. Like, I love that place. It was Cliff Cave. I love that place. I live like 10 minutes away, 5 minutes away. And in the summer, the flowers are so beautiful. Oh my God, I wasn't talking about this. Well, I've talked to myself about this a lot. When the spring and the summer come around, they have Queen Anne's lace flowers that bloom there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get big brass hoops. Like, if I buy them online, they're like, they're just like hoops. They don't have like a hook like for earrings on it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go pick the flowers there, like Queen Anne's lace flowers. That's the flower I used in my Angels from Alternate Dimensions cover. I'm going to press the flower to get the moisture out of it, and then I'm going to get resin, like liquid resin. I'm going to put them in the hoop, and then I'm going to pour resin over it, like a pressed flower with resin over it. I'm going to poke the bubbles out, and then I'm going to cure it so it's hard, and then I'm going to flip it to the other side and put some resin on the other side, so it kind of looks kind of like a droplet. But I don't know what the opposite word of concave is. It's whatever that is. Like, it kind of goes outward. And then I'm going to put earrings on it. And I'm going to have hoop earrings on it with preserved flowers in the center of it with resin. So, yeah, I do need to go back to that park. And he's not going to tell me shit. Now I have a plan. Like, does he go home after work and defecates in the toilet, and he wakes up and looks in the mirror and says, "You just fucking defecated on the earth"? It was so fucking creepy. See, I can't even, like, get in the flow of how he viewed me because it hurts my throat. Like, I tried to, like, imagine what was going on in his head where he followed me and talked to me like that. It hurts my throat to even imitate him. But, yeah. I go through phases in the past few days of feeling like I'm laughing my ass off. Like, what the fuck was that? Like, it's so ridiculous. Like, was he going to take us to court? He's going to take me and Francis to court? He's going to take me and my baby to court? And he's going to call her a dog? Like, that's a baby. She's a little baby. And her mommy loved her. Her mommy went to go get her. And I feed her 2 times a day. She eats little beans. And she eats little chickens and broccoli stalks so I can eat the broccoli. And her and her sister eat them in human bowls with their waters and their magnesium supplements. And then they sleep in their baby beds with their toys. And she sleeps in her bed with her mommy. They're just babies. Tell me my dog defecated. Fuck you. It's so fucking weird. It's scary. But now I'm going to go listen to Britney. And I'm going to go listen to Lana. And I'm going to make my music. I'm making an album too. Maybe I'll channel a little bit of these emotions. I'll channel my emotions in my album through certain notes and chords. And then when the emotions pass, I wonder what it will sound like. Because, like, whenever I have, like, a big emotional tide or, like, a big emotional current and I channel it into music, like, I don't even think about it. And in the moment, it just sounds like air to me. Like, it doesn't sound like anything. It just sounds like my emotions. And I feel ways and make art and stuff. I didn't even know I felt that way. And then later, the emotions pass and I go back and listen to it again. I'm like, Oh my God, like even Mozart couldn't have made this. I couldn't have made it twice. Yeah. We are going back to that trail, but maybe for a little while, maybe this can motivate us to actually go to the trails that we like, that are like more difficult terrain, because I do want to build up my strength. And that trail is just like flat all the way around. But we're definitely going back when the flowers bloom, and we're gonna pick the fucking flowers. I don't care if it says don't pick the flowers. We're gonna do it anyway, because we're gonna make earrings out of it. And you can kiss my fucking ass. That's why I don't wear underwear. Well, I don't wear underwear because I don't like a thong being in my ass. And I don't like underwear making it look like I have 4 ass cheeks, because it creases in my ass cheeks. But he can kiss my fucking ass. I don't even have underwear on. But don't touch me. So today, me and Francis are on the highway. Fuck, that was our exit. We're on the highway going to my client's house. And she goes too, because she works there. Because they hire babies. And I forgot to brush my hair. And then we're going to make money, and it's going to be ours. And we're going to use it to buy our resin and our brass hoops, so we can be prepared for the summer to make our earrings. And then we're going to wear them. Fuck blue lives if they're mean to us. He yelled at us. I have anxiety. What makes you think you can yell at me? Like, if I yell at someone, it's different. At least I clap. At least I clap when I yell. And you can tell that it's like a performance. And it's like... He was... Fuck him. So I blame him for anything I went through, if it's negative. But if I create something positive out of this experience, then I take all the credit for it. He'll never see me and Francis again. Me and Francis are going to go to my client's house and do very easy work, and we're going to eat chicken. And no one will yell at that little baby. You won't yell at her. You won't yell at her. He's a baby. No one yell at the baby. No one yell at that little baby. And me and Francis are going to go back to the park. Well, I looked at my camera roll, and I took the pictures of the Queen Anne's lace flowers, and I think violets are blooming, so we need some violets. Fuck, we need to get our resin early because the violets are there in March. Next time we go there, it will definitely be by June. But probably before. And Francis and Blackie are going to have their tick spray. So I'm like going all in with the tick spray this year, because I do not like picking fucking ticks off of them. And it hurts them. So... we usually just put rose geranium oil on them, and they've worn that since they were puppies, so they just smell like old ladies. But this year, I'm putting citronella oil mixed with cedarwood oil, because apparently that's good for ticks, and rose geranium oil. And if I find something else, then that will go in them too. So they take their little baths. They take their baths, and then I'm going to run that through their fur. And I hope they jump in the mud every now and then, because I need to refresh it pretty frequently, because I don't want to pick fucking ticks off of them. And then they're gonna wear their little perfume, their tick perfume, and we're gonna go to the fucking trail, and we're going to pick flowers to put in our earrings. And no one's going to tell us shit, because no one is going to take those flowers out of my hand. You'll have to grab them out of my fucking hands, because I'm making earrings out of them. And this is the best idea I've ever had for jewelry. Like, is so beautiful. Like, this is like such a great idea. So no one's gonna do shit to us. And then if the fucking, I don't even know if he's a real cop, if he comes back there or somebody bothers me and Francis again, we will call the fucking cops. See, I usually don't do this because I've had a lot of bad experiences with cops. And for a while, I just wanted it to be like me versus them. We're not gonna rely on them. No, but now we have a plan. And you can call us illegal aliens for all we care. I'll be a fucking alien. I don't care. You'll never take my soul from me. Like, I want to listen to Lil Wayne's album, I'm Not a Human Being. This is how we feel. Fuck, I forgot to take my vitamins today. I divide my vitamins up in morning and night. Like, we got some pill cases online. We have an entire month's worth, and they're rainbow colored, and there's a section for day pills and night ones. So we usually take, I usually take fish oil with pumpkin seed oil, with turmeric, with black pepper and cayenne pepper, and I started taking little mini aspirins because whenever I get a client who has some kind of heart issue or they're at risk for stroke or blood clot, it just freaks me out. And I would rather take 81, the little tiny daily aspirins. They're $3 at Walmart. If I ever do get gastrointestinal bleeding, then I'll stop. But for now, it's doing nothing wrong, and it's pretty much healing my health anxiety. Because I can't think of anything more scary that's been on my mind lately than fear of heart attack or fear of stroke or fear of aneurysm rupture. That was scaring the fuck out of me for the first part of the year. So I started taking aspirin. Then I stopped for a minute. Yeah. And I remember a few months ago when one of my clients, I stopped seeing him immediately afterwards. He cussed me out and he tried to take out his pain on me. And then I went to see another client right afterwards, and he told me that for every one bad experience we have to go have 5 good ones in order to avoid being traumatized. So like if one client was really fucked up to me, I had to go have 5 good experiences with 5 other clients. And so maybe to really heal from the damage of the cops, I need to have 5 good experiences with cops to like prove to myself that all cops aren't bad. Yeah. Who the fuck came up with the term illegal alien? Like, it's so... They probably thought they were so sexy and like so beautiful and like better when they said illegal alien. See, this is why I don't watch the news. I don't give a fuck. And what I'm gonna do now to heal my traumas, I'm gonna listen to Britney. I'm gonna keep making my music. And I'm gonna go to work and make money, and I'm not gonna be fined for shit.